Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Polkadot price discovery. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. So we put out a video a little while ago saying that Polkadot is headed for price discovery, and this week we have made it there. The prior all-time high for Polkadot was just around $50 or so, and since then, we've rallied all the way up to $51, $52 range. So DOT's still looking pretty good right now. If you're not familiar with Polkadot, they are very soon launching the parachain slot auctions. So I imagine the run up, the price appreciation right now is in anticipation of that. If you're not familiar with that, basically the idea is a lot of different projects would like to be on Polkadot. Polkadot's layer 0, and unlike Ethereum, where any ERC20 can just be launched willy-nilly, with Polkadot, in fact, you actually have to go through an auction, and then only the ones that ultimately win those auctions can actually be on Polkadot. So because those are launching soon, I imagine that is the reason why we are seeing all this price appreciation very quickly by DOT. Okay, so DOT, as we can see, is now finally breaking out of this range. Potentially, I mean, we've certainly seen a wick above here. We want to make sure it's sustained, of course. I do have high hopes for Polkadot this market cycle, but you can see that most of 2021 has just been long reaccumulation, right? I mean, if you look at it from a very pragmatic point of view and from a very unbiased perspective, as if you didn't own Polkadot, you might look at this and just say, well, it's just been one long reaccumulation zone for Polkadot. And at some point, we'll certainly sustainably break out, whether it's here, whether it's a few months from now, doesn't really matter. I do think Polkadot is a good project, and I have high expectations for it as we continue to navigate this market cycle. Now, if you look at the valuation of Polkadot today, it's coming in at a very modest $51. Now, the bull market support band currently is all the way down between $28 and $33. So we have tons of wiggle room in terms of Polkadot still remaining relatively bullish. Obviously, we know that going below the bull market support band is not a good thing, and ideally we would avoid doing that. So for now, Polkadot still looks relatively good. If you look at its Bitcoin valuation, it's not actually at an all-time high yet. For DOT to get to a new all-time high against Bitcoin, it would need to rally another 24 or 25% or so from the current prices. For a constant Bitcoin, a 24% rally would take Polkadot up to approximately $62 or $63. That'd be for constant Bitcoin, of course. And for Ethereum, for DOT Ether's valuation to get to an all-time high, it would need to run another, let's say, 117, 118%, 120% from the current valuations. And so for a constant ETH, which we're highly unlikely going to have a constant ETH, but if we did, that means Polkadot, to get to a new DOT ETH valuation all-time high, we need to go to $111. Okay, so my argument has been the same. Obviously, we've been talking about DOT on the channel since it was $3. I look at it today at $51. I still think, DOT's going to have a very bright future ahead. The main thing now is just to make sure Bitcoin stays relatively healthy, and as long as Bitcoin is above the bull market support band, I think the general direction for DOT should be up, even if it does have some shakeouts along the way. Of course, there's going to be pullbacks. There were pullbacks with DOT. Back over here, we would go up, we would come back down for a little while. This was a rally all the way up to like $11, and then we had a pullback back down to $6, and then so on and so forth. It doesn't look like much today, but back then a lot of people were wondering, oh, should I sold all the way back down to $6? But in fact, we then just bounced and continued all the way up to $50. Okay, so even if there is a move that takes us to $100 or $200, it's not going to be monotonic. I imagine there would be a lot of zigzagging along the way. So let's continue to keep an eye on Polkadot. I think the upcoming parachain auctions should be somewhat interesting to see which projects went out, and ideally speaking, would help the price of DOT appreciate even further, because people need DOT to if they want to support these projects, they'll have to lock up their DOT tokens. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below, or to check out the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com if you want to know how I am navigating these markets. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.